The network is not treating me right. Honestly, guys, the network has been dealing with me. Like, every time I go live, I'll always have network disruption. Or is it disruption? This English is gradually becoming more than me. Eh, so we are back. The network is back. So we are just going to finish the story. We are just going to finish the story since the network is back. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so it was on a Saturday, and in that forest area where they had dumped the bodies of these ladies, some farmers were going to the farm that morning, and they saw the corpse of these ladies. They saw the corpse that were abandoned in the forest. Now, when they saw it, they had to report to the police. It was not a very close it was not very close to the police station, but someone had to do it because they could not just stay quiet and abandon the corpses that they found in the forest that day, or close to the forest, by the roadside close to the forest. They could not just abandon them there, so they had to inform the police about it. And so the police came, they identified the bodies, and they had to contact the families of the girls. Now, Mr. John and Mark thought that they were free already because nobody saw them doing what they were doing and all of that. So they thought they were free. Little did they know that they were not free. They were not free at all, because now this is what happens. You know us ladies, we will not go to beautiful places without taking pictures. So while these ladies were having fun where they were taking their pictures, they were posting on their status, they were posting on their stories and all of that. And in one of these pictures that was taken by Glory, Mr. John came out of the picture. I mean, she took a picture without Mr. John's notice, and he didn't even know that he was part of the picture, and she posted this picture. So they went back to their stories, went to their status, and then they got Mr. John's identity from it. They got his face, and they had to find out, to identify, to know who this person or who that person was. And that was how they got to know that Mr. John was a part of that trip, and he was actually one of the sponsors of that trip. Now, when they were arrested, like I said before, we always have two friends. One will be the strong one that can handle everything, and the other one will be the weak one, that anything that comes his way, he doesn't have that courage. He will just tell the truth and free himself from every danger. That was how Mark had to just let out everything that happened. He just confessed everything when he was arrested and taken to the police station. He just confessed everything and said he is sorry. He never meant to kill the girls. He never meant to be an accomplice to the mother of these girls. That everything just happened very fast. He was not even ready. He didn't even know when Mr. John did it. Mr. John is the person who did it and all of that. And Mr. John, on his part, he was like, yes, I'm sorry, I had to do that. I don't know what came over me. Like some kind of excuses, as if you turn around and then live them again. You unalived them. So how are they going to gain their lives again? They cannot have their lives again. They are gone, and they are gone. So how do we give back life to them? Now, with all these confessions, with all these apologies, is it going to bring back their lives? No, it's not going to bring back their lives. So how do we get their lives back? That was the question, and they could not answer any of those questions because there was no way the girls could come back to life. There was no way the girls could have their lives again. So they were both sentenced to, now Mark was an accomplice. He was not the murderer. He was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment. While the actual murderer, Mr. John, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. Like, Why would you murder somebody just because you spent money that could be refunded to you? Because these girls, actually, they were not poor, they were not like lazy girls, they were not like money minded girls, right? They were actually very hardworking girls that could actually provide for themselves. They could do a lot of things for themselves. So why murder them? Why murder them? Like, the families were devastated. Like, our daughters have struggled a lot, and now that they have reached their peak, they have reached an amazing time of their life, that they were supposed to enjoy life, they were supposed to live happily, they were supposed to get married, give birth to kids. They have been sent 6 feet down. For what? For what? For what? For what? That's why I often say sometimes it's not necessary. Like, if you go out there, women are making a lot of money now. Like, I watched one video and somebody said, the man in the video actually was saying that before we had pretty ladies and very hardworking men, now we have pretty men and very hardworking ladies. Everything has been reversed. So, to me, if you didn't want to pay the bills, you could have just asked the girls. If Mr. John didn't want to pay the bills, he could have just asked the girls to refund his money. If he felt like going back home now is waste of money, I spent a lot of money, we were supposed to have fun, we were supposed to go here and go here and go here, and now you're rushing back home. If he felt like that was the case, if actually that was the case, he felt like he had wasted his money, it could have just been simple. It's very simple, right? You tell them to do a refund, you tell them to give you back your money, or you tell them to pay for whatever they consumed, whatever they have. And for us ladies, it's not everybody you meet that you just have to smile with them. And the other time we also faced this network issue, and I was not able to complete one video. I was talking about this online dating of a thing, like, why do people date online? And definitely, when you meet people, they didn't meet them online, but meeting them where you met them doesn't make them saints, right? It doesn't make them saints. We have evil walking around in the form of human beings. We have danger walking around in the form of human beings. Everybody has a smiley face. Everyone looks very handsome, very beautiful, but the agenda, what they carry in their hearts, what they carry behind them, is what we should be scared of. It's what you should be very careful about. You don't just go following people because you met them and this and that and that and that. You're in love. In love with who? With who? I mean, and then we also have to do proper investigation on people, especially if we want to have something to do with them. Oh my God, I'm sleepy already. Even if we don't want to have something to do with them, we need to do proper investigations on people before we start moving left and right with them, traveling to unknown destinations, long distance away from our families, with people that we barely know. Because these girls were actually just moving around with these men. First of all, they didn't know that they were married and they have kids. They didn't know that. They were just like, okay, we've met these young men, they are handsome, they are rich, they are this, they are that, and you're just going everywhere with them without even making proper findings on who these people are. Now you were rich. It's not like you were poor, you were rich. I don't know, like, it's so sad that they had to lose their lives like that. They just had to lose their lives. They just had to, is it lost or lose? English. Oh, English. Maybe we'll start speaking in pidgin, so we'll not be making these grammatical errors and disgracing me. We'll have to maybe start using pidgin. Oh, this English is going to finish me. Okay, so they didn't have to lose their lives like that. They were just supposed to, like, stay put, wait for the right men to come at the right time. Now, I don't know, like I said, they were rich. It's not like they were poor that we could blame it to poverty. They were rich, they were financially stable. They were financially more than stable, because they could take care of a lot of people, meaning they were making good money. They had their houses, they had already built their houses, they had their cars. Life was just so perfect. But tragedy will not let life move on smoothly the way we always plan, or the way they had planned. It's such a sad story. Very, very sad. Okay, guys, we just came back to like conclude on our story. The network didn't let us have the end of the story, and this was just to conclude on the story, so I don't leave us suspended like the other part, the other story that we started and we did not end it because of this same network issue. So I have to work on my internet. I have to really look for a way to make the internet better, rather than getting off and on when I'm live. It doesn't make it right. And sometimes I just get angry. Like the last video, I just got angry over the internet issue, and I didn't even complete the video. So maybe we'll come back to complete that video. We are going to look for time, come back and complete that video. Until then, I am your Black Diamond. Thank you so much for each and everyone that stayed right up to this point, for each and everyone that has stayed to the end of this video. I truly do appreciate, guys. Just leave a like, just give a thumbs up to the video, leave your comments if you have any comments. If you have any ideas on how we could make it better, please just leave the ideas in the comment section, and trust me, I will take note of each and every comment you will leave. Okay, please don't forget to like the video. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being right up to this end. Thank you for staying with us, and we are going to say again our condolences to the bereaved families. Like I said, some of these stories are 80% true life stories, so we are not just bringing stories from the air. No, we are not just bringing stories from anywhere. There are stories that actually happened. There are stories that actually happened. So tomorrow we are going to come again. We are going to be live again tomorrow, and I'm going to be sharing with us some true life experiences I had while growing up as a teenager. I'm going to share with us those amazing experiences. Trust me, you will love them. Some of them are very funny, some of them are just normal stories, normal happenings to teenagers, but we are going to be sharing a lot of that. Okay, thank you so much, my Black Diamonds. Until tomorrow, I remain your humble Black Diamond. Bye. Thank you all so much. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.